Hi and welcome to You Little Ripper. I'm Kurt Fearnley, former Paralympian. Was this your house last night? And if you lead 99.99% of the race and get second, should you get 99.99% of the gold? We think so.
I think so.
I absolutely am demanding it.
Then it shall be done, surely. I'm Georgie Tunny, ABC sport reporter and self-appointed president of the Lauren Parker Fan Club. Today we are broadcasting, as we always do, from Wurundjeri country here on You Little Ripper. And before we get into the wrap-up, the preview of so many wonderfully magical Paralympic moments that we've seen in the last 24 hours, Kurt, I have been getting flooded with so many lovely messages from our listeners about what we've been doing here with You Little Ripper, trying to make this the most accessible podcast that we can. Remember, Auslan translations are available every single time we do one of these episodes. Transcripts are available too. And it seems that our listeners are really taking that to heart and they love it.
I also got a note from Phineas Meir and it said, "My You Little Ripper moment from yesterday was the rowing Cox Fours. Aussies come from behind win against Italy. And I yelled, 'You Little Ripper!' As did I."
That's what this show is about. We want these messages, guys. So everything that's resonating with you, let us know about it. I got a message from Reese recently saying that he wanted to put forward a You Little Ripper moment for the Australian Boccia team. They've started their competition. He's been involved previously with this team, and he says the perseverance of these athletes to qualify in the team's discipline for Tokyo is outstanding. So his You Little Ripper moment is just the whole team in general getting to this point. Any love to them would be much appreciated. Reese, we've got you covered. We love the Boccia team.
Georgie Tunny, what was your You Little Ripper moment?
My You Little Ripper moment is probably going to be a surprise to no one. Quick tally, absolutely no one. And that is the efforts of Jared Clifford yesterday. I have made no secret of the fact in the lead up to the Paralympics that he's one of my favourite athletes. Silver in the 5,000 metres in a personal best time. And again, we are seeing so many tight finishes in distance races. And I know this is technically middle distance, but 5,000 metres for it to come down to the final 20 is insane.
What a bold race from Jared. He put everything into it when you saw him cross that line and stumbling and vomiting. And it wasn't just your standard vomit. That was a waterfall.
How hard do you have to push yourself to get to that stage? I've never done it. Kurt Fearnley, have you done this?
I have.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
I think this is a moment of self-reveal, but it's pretty hard to hold stuff in many occasions.
Yes.
During the end of a 5K or a marathon, you have managed discomfort for such a long period of time. You've utilised everything. Your brain is screaming at you to keep going when every part of your body is yelling at you to stop and you are overriding it. There's no self-preservation. You continue to go until your body falls apart. And that's what we saw yesterday. He put everything. When you think about what it takes to get on the Paralympic podium, it takes everything.
And we saw him so emotional after the race as well. He dedicated his performance to his pa, who... It really got me. He was heartbroken. God. Like, his granddad had tickets to this race, but obviously has not been able to make it because he passed away, and with the pandemic too, like very recently. It's just, it's when you reach the highs, right, that everything then starts bubbling over.
Well, as soon as you get to that point, fatigue, an incredibly intense moment, when you finish that, you will more automatically think of your loved ones.
Yes.
You know, like, because you're really vulnerable. And when you think of your loved ones, and if there's loss there, especially recent loss, it's hard. And it's momentary. Like, you will obviously be able to take some time and reflect. And that loved one, you know that they would be proud of you because of the deed that you just did. You did everything you possibly could. But in that moment, you were feeling all of that loss again because you've had to try so hard to keep yourself up while that loss took place, that as soon as the first moment that you relieve, it gets you.
And we've seen it a few times throughout this Paralympic campaign. Jared Clifford, Kira Stevens, Tiffany Thomas-Kane, all of these moments where they can just look to the heavens almost and they say, hope you're watching because I just did that.
Yeah, and we've all had an emotional year. I don't know about you, but I'm crying when it hits 2:00 because I'm
what's been going on? What's been happening the last 2 years? Anything in particular? Anything noteworthy?
I have no idea.
I'm not sure.
For some reason, we were homeschooling our kids, and by 2:00, I was in tears. So I couldn't imagine getting to that really high, intense, emotional moment within the moment that we all are.
Yeah. What was your You Little Ripper moment?
My You Little Ripper moment came last night with Ma Lin taking a silver in the Class 9 table tennis. Mm-hmm. The story of Ma Lin is amazing. He has got a cult following here in Australia. He has competed 3 times for China. His first medal in the green and gold. The story of how he acquired his disability. The story about as a 5-year-old kid putting his arm through the bars of a bear cage to pat it. The bear, I'm not sure how to describe the bear removing his arm.
Yep.
And him saying that he didn't shed one single tear.
Marlin, what do you mean? I mean, good luck to anyone facing against him. How do you even compete with that?
I cry with the splinter.
I know.
I cry if I've got dirt underneath my fingernails.
Yep. Any mild inconvenience. I'm no good to anyone.
To see this team, the biggest table tennis team that we've ever taken away, 11 members. We now have already 1 silver medal, but we have 3 other athletes. San Van Eyman, who's going for gold today, and we have Yang Chen and Leili in the gold medal matches tomorrow. What an amazing team! What amazing performances! It's a really heartwarming story, this whole table tennis team.
Sam's performance yesterday, I do want to make particular mention of it because for him to progress to the gold medal match, he was up against his opponent who he lost to in the gold medal match in Rio, Van Acker, and he had lost the previous 8 matches against this man. He lost the opening 2 sets, fought back, won the next 3 to progress to the decider. It's nail-biting stuff. I don't know how you athletes are able to do this. How do you handle this?
That was also Yan Chen. She also was down 5 points in the deciding set and then just steamrolled home to get into the... I think I said Yang Chen is a table tennis goddess.
Yes. We've gone through my You Little Ripper moment. We've gone through your You Little Ripper moment, Kurt. But we're a bit greedy here on the show because we've got potentially this wonderful story. We've got another development.
It was great to see overnight that the IPC made a statement, the International Paralympic Committee made a statement that the 2 athletes from Afghanistan have been welcomed into the village warmly. To know that they are at the destination that they had dreamt of. The journey, I just still struggle to get my head around what's just taken place. Mm-hmm. But to know that they are safe, to know that they are where they hoped and dreamt that they would be is just amazing. This story has a lot to unfold. And I think at the moment we need to continue to give these guys their space to tell their own story. But it was great that they felt comfortable enough to announce through a media statement that they are there, they are safe. And I don't know how any of us are going to hold it together when they enter the field of play.
Oh, we won't.
I'm going to assume so.
Yeah.
This is going to be one moment where I try and bring a bit of light and excitement, but it's going to get me.
And I think it will get the world. And so that story is developing. We will continue to bring you any of those developments throughout You Little Ripper because we know that you want to hear them. Everyone is invested. Okay, what else are we invested in from the performances that we have seen in the last 24 hours, Kurt? The best of the rest. What have you got?
The best of the rest moment for me comes from this morning. Lauren Parker led 99.99% of the para-triathlon, would cross by inches away from the gold in second place. Huge effort, gutsy effort. And I've taken a poll. To test the pulse of the Australian community and the world. You know what? It's a worldwide poll.
Hit me with the stats. We love stats.
It does. If you lead 99% of the way, do you get 99.99% of that gold medal? And the results are in. 100% say that 99.99% of the way, you get 99.99% of the medal.
Quick question. How many people took the poll?
No more questions.
Look, I have to agree though, because this race this morning, I was transfixed. So Lauren led from start to just before the finish. And Kurt, you've lost races before by inches. What did that feel like in your experience?
I've lost marathons, by inches. The world record for the marathon, I got in second place by maybe a foot.
Yeah.
I always like to say I got the best seat in the house to see the fastest man in a wheelchair over a marathon. Yeah. Look, that's racing. Mm-hmm. That's racing. It's tough. Racing can give you these huge moments. It can also be some of those tiny little moments that go against you. Lauren will be happy with that silver medal. Her first games, I'm stoked for her. The journey that she's taking, having seen her enter into a racing wheelchair so fresh after her injury, and then turn into this just incredibly strong young woman. Yeah. Should she want to, she will have a long career in the Paralympic movement. It's definitely going to be one of my highlights.
Well, and I want to just put an exclamation point on this as well, because the performance of the American athlete, Kendall Gretsch, to overcome and just pip Lauren at the post was huge. I mean, I was there screaming at the television being like, how long is this last straight? Where is the finish line? Because she was gaining. And I just, it was so dramatic.
Lauren is one of the best swimmers that I've seen in Paralympic sport. She's also one of the best cyclists that I've seen in Paralympic sport. But you could see that the American did have a really great wheelchair racing technique. And when that gap started closing, I was yelling, I might have been swearing, massive morning, huge morning, and just a great result for Lauren and her family and her friends and her coach.
It also just goes to show just how hard it is to win any medal, let alone a Paralympic gold medal. So congratulations to Loz. For me, as always, I got to take us back to the pool and what we were able to achieve last night. This Dolphins team, the 4x100 freestyle relay S14 classification.
Look, to see Ricky beat Ben Hance, Ruby Storm, Maddie McTurnan, they won silver in that 4x100 metres. A great result. If you see Ben Hance entering to the pool deck, he's a WWE fan. Like, he goes out and he is fierce with his entry to the thing. I was so happy. Seeing also Ricky, they're all Paralympic debutants. To get that medal, amazing.
What a special connection with Ricky.
And seeing him a couple of years ago as this young kid with the dream of making to the Paralympics, to then see the Commonwealth Games and the New South Wales Institute of Sport and the Carbine Club come together to offer him can I say it? The Kurt Fearnley Scholarship?
Do it. Why not? If I had a scholarship that was named after me, I'd probably wear a shirt with it on. So go for it.
To see him grow over that last couple of years and come home with a bit of that medal, that special moment, I was so happy for him and his family.
Another special moment, friend of the show, Rowan Crothers. He backed up his gold in the 50-metre S10 freestyle category, and he has now won silver in the 100 metres S10. And last night, his celebrations once again, it was just so obvious how much the Paralympics mean to him. We were lucky enough to speak to him about it. He just oozes all of this love for this movement.
He gave me so many compliments in his post, and I'm like, stop it, Rowan. Don't stop it.
Keep going, Rowan. Keep going. I know you were.
Isn't he? He is just one of the most lovely guys in the world.
Amazing.
I've said it a million times this week. This guy is the nicest person in the world. But he is just such a lovely guy. It was great to see him get on the podium again.
And such a wonderful representative of the Paralympics this time around. He shared on social media just all the love and support and the messages from back home in Australia that he's been getting, and including a special story from a mother who said that her son now wants to ride a bike for the first time, because if Rowan can do something, he can do something as well, regardless of the sport, which is just what this is all about.
It is what this is all about. It's about opening the eyes and challenging these misconceptions around disability. It's about giving some hope into what can be a very isolating experience, especially when it's around diagnosis or the onset of disability, just for the person, but also for the connections around. I would say that if you are in the connections around, I would just get you to remind your kid, if it's a kid with disability, tell them that they don't have to be a Paralympian to be magnificent. There are 1,000 pathways out there, and they will find their magnificence, and hopefully it will be in the legal world or becoming a teacher or a doctor or a nurse or an advocate.
We had even more medals won in the pool yesterday. There's so many for us to even touch on, but I want to give a shout out to the bronze from Matt Levy in the 100-metre breaststroke SB6. And I really hope that this Dolphins team has a lot of excess luggage, because the amount of medals that they are winning is insane. I don't know how they're going to fit them all on the planes to get back home here in Australia. Athletics last night too. Evan O'Hanlon, he got bronze in the 100 metres T38 and already adding again to an exceptional haul from his Paralympic career.
Yeah, Evan is one of our greatest Paralympians of all time, 5-time gold medalist. It was so good to see him in the finish of that race. Yeah. It was a blanket finish. It came down to the first, second and third spot was within a metre. Second and third, silver and bronze, got the exact same time, but they were altered by a photo finish to actually split them both. And back to the pool. I have to go back to the pool. Ahmed Kelly and Grant Scooter Patterson. We're fortunate enough to have Ahmed on this show. They got a silver and a bronze medal. There is one question that I'm looking forward to asking Ahmed.
What is it?
I want to be their best friend. We will be a wolf pack.
They are really good friends, Kurt. So what are you bringing? What are the qualities that you have that you think Grant and Ahmed are going to let you in?
I don't know.
Your sales pitch needs work.
It does. We're at the ground. We're at the foundations for it. I'm excitable. They will definitely be able to pull a string on my back, and I will praise them. I will praise them for quite a long period of time. They're both such lovely guys. It was great to see Grant or Scooter. It was great to see Scooter back in the Paralympic movement. He was there in 2012. He missed 2016. His energy and his honesty, his rawness in his interviews, that is something that I love. And Ahmed Kelly, he is a beautiful guy.
I don't think I've ever seen him not smiling. Like the confidence when he walks out onto pool deck. I mean, obviously he's focused, but his face is just one of those faces. He could be crying and I'll still think he's smiling. Like he just is, it exudes happiness.
Well, we've got to get him on the show now. We have to go straight to the interview that we've got with that.
Oh yes,
silver medalist from last night in the 150. I am the greatest human in the world. I'm going to say it again: the nicest bloke in the world. Ahmed Kelly, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. Appreciate it.
Massive performance last night, a silver medal. How are you feeling? Have you been able to put it all into place yet?
Yeah, still taking some time to process it all. It was a huge day, mentally, physically. As you would know, it's a big day, and you prepare so much for it. And the whole day I was just trying to stay calm, but the nerves are there. So it was a huge day, and I know I was extremely exhausted at the end of it. Both physically and mentally. But yeah, I can't believe we got a silver at the end of the whole thing. So it was great,
mate. I was so happy for you. I thought it's going to be one of the moments of the meet, getting that silver medal. When you were at the post-race interview, you spoke about 4 months ago. You said that you wanted to chuck it away. I actually felt that 4 months before my last race in the Com Games. 4 months
no
before.
Way, that's incredible. Wow.
Mate, to the day, I turned up at the track and I told my coach, I don't want to be here anymore. And when I heard you speak about that, I felt those moments. So to get there and get that silver medal, amazing. And tell us about what got you through. What got you through that moment where you thought, I'm done?
Yeah, I just really didn't want to give up on my coach. Yuri, he's just so incredible. And at the end of the day, like I had two choices: whether I walk away and get away from the environment that I was really, really not happy with, or I really be more resilient, like I've been for the last 13 years or so in the pool and so on, and really get this 4 months through and as best as I can and do it for my coach and do it for myself as well. So it was really tough. There were so many moments that mentally I was just fighting my demons, fighting a lot of different things that was going against me. But the one thing that I kept motivating was my coach and trying to get on that podium.
What was it like sharing the podium then with your teammate, Grant Scooter Patterson? What was that like?
It was really cool to be sharing it with another Aussie, and let alone my best mate, Scoot, and he's been through a fair share of challenge himself. But yeah, it's a very special moment, and one that we can look back in many years to come and say we're on the podium. I mean, we knew the Mexicans were going to be tough, and we had a feeling that they were going to be very, very challenging. So we had a plan to try and beat them, and we just fell short a little bit, but we got there on the podium, which is great.
Hernandez, who won the gold medal, it was a magnificent swim. You and Scooter, incredible as well. The most important question that I have to ask Ahmed, though, are you taking any more applications to be part of that best friend group?
Oh, okay, you're always welcome. You don't need an application, you just show up. More than happy. You've been an amazing Paralympian and someone I've looked up to for so many years. And I just do 3 laps. For you to be able to do a marathon, it's quite incredible. And let's just put the whole competitiveness and the athletic side of you aside, but you as a person is incredible. So I look up to you, and so many of us do, and you're an incredible person for the Paralympic sport.
Come on now, Ahmed. You could make it difficult for him. You could give him some tests.
No, it's true. Every word is true. So, I mean, Scoot and I, we love you, Kurt, so much, and so many other Paralympians do, and you've done an incredible job for us all, and we aspire to be something like you too. So even if I could have half of what you've done, I'd be very happy.
Mate, look, Australia loves you guys. This is your moment. Stop making me get emotional. But truly, the response from last night, you were just such a warm character that the entire country feel like we know you. And look, it was such. I'm just so proud of you, mate.
Yeah, that's the thing about these games. It's that not many of them have been able to come to the Tokyo Games, and it's been very special for us knowing that everyone at home is watching. I know everyone in Sydney is going through some very, very challenging time and had been so for many months now, and a lot of other states like Victoria and a few others that are in lockdown. So I just hope that Scoot and I performing last night brought some bit of excitement to everyone at home watching on the lounge, and we just wanted to make everybody at home very, very proud.
Oh, you plastered smiles on everyone's faces, Ahmed.
Mate, on this show, on You Little Ripper, we have a Fast Five where it's 5 questions that you can be fast. Me and Georgie usually aren't.
We stop for a chat, Ahmed. We stop for a chat.
Fast Five.
But the first up, what do you wish you had in the village but you can't get?
A double bed right now.
Good. Very strong answer. Do you have any superstitions?
Oh, I do. The easiest one I can give you is the block that I'm in. We have a new system where they have a kicker on the back of those blocks. That must be all the way back. So for me to have a really, really good race.
What's your all-time favourite Paralympic moment?
I'll have to go down to 2012, the women's medley 4x1. That was an incredible race. So the girls did a phenomenal job and won by a fingernail. That's how much I won by. So it was incredible.
Now, I have a sneaking suspicion we may know your next answer to this question, but who is your favourite teammate?
Oh, without a doubt, Grant Scooter Patterson.
He stitched me up because he's got in his profile that he's fluent in Spanish and he loves knitting. And it went,
Yeah.
he brought it up. That's a lie, isn't it?
I remember that we were in the team processing where we had to do all our bios, our team sizing, and all that. And he had a mission to make sure you guys were on your toes and making sure you followed up on all our facts.
That was so
So
good.
I don't know. You got to follow it. You got to take it up with him whether he can speak Spanish or not. So.
No, if you weren't a swimmer extraordinaire, what event would you be in?
I'd love to do the 100 freestyle.
I love that so much. And Ahmed, we love you so much. And I'm just so happy that you got on the podium last night, a silver medal. Congratulations. You made everyone at home so, so proud.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me on your show. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who's listening in. And go Aussies.
We have a lot to look forward to this afternoon, including one of your favourites, Madison de Rosario. How's she going to bounce back?
Maddie will bounce back. That result yesterday in the 5,000 metres. I could see that it hurt a little bit.
She looked upset, but she looked angry and a bit disappointed in herself.
I think that you recognise when you make a mistake, and as an athlete, no one likes to make mistakes.
No, you're a competitive bunch.
I have done this before when an athlete gets off the front, and that's what happened in yesterday, 5,000 metres, T54 with Madison Di Rosario. An athlete got off the front, got 20 metres, then everyone starts to doubt, and then one other athlete also made a break, and unfortunately, Madison was stuck with a pack that didn't really want to chase it down. Madison had to do a lot of work to try and chase them back, but was unable to keep the energies to be able to defend against the final attacks from the other five athletes. She did cross the finish line in 5th place.
Which is huge.
Which is a huge result.
Yeah.
But I think that she will be back. Madison also has not raced against this field since 2019 as well. So one run under the belt, she'll be better for it. In the 800 metres today, we get to see her and also Angie Ballard.
I'm so excited. We also have Isis Holt will be in action later on this evening in the 200 metres. And we heard from her yesterday. She's feeling really confident about this race. So therefore, we, in turn, are feeling very confident for her.
Look, she is both confident and comfortable. So if she is confident and comfortable, guess what I am? I am riddled with nerves.
I was going to say, you are stressed out and barely breathing. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm confident and comfortable.
So that's the athletics to look forward to today. We've got a whole bunch of action coming up in the rowing as well. Eric Horry has made it through to the singles scull final, and he got through in the repechage yesterday to make it through to the final. Smashed the competition. Smashed them. I think he finished 8 seconds ahead of his closest competitor to make it through to the final. So expecting really big things there. The mixed cox 4 PR3 final is also on today. We've got goalball. Team Australia in the women's is taking on the Russian Paralympic Committee.
We've also got more table tennis. Sam von Eyman takes on Peter Palos of Hungary for gold.
I'm so excited to see what Sam can continue to achieve with that. Wheelchair basketball, our women's team's taking on Canada. Come on, Steelers, we're all behind you. Team Australia up against Team Japan. Who's going to win bronze? And then, of course, there's a gold medal match as well between Team USA and Great Britain. But there's a heap more to look forward to with the equestrian as well. The Aussie team's in action later on today, I think. And this is going to be in the dressage team test to music. So look out for Emma Booth there. She's done really, really well so far.
Australia also takes on Japan in the quad doubles semi-final. Heath Davidson, Dylan Alcott.
Woo!
Can they defend? Can they get through this next round so they can defend the gold medal that they received in Rio?
I'm backing them.
I'm backing them
to do
too.
it. Yeah, I think they can do it. Gosh, I need to lie down. That was so much for us to get through today, Kurt. Are you doing okay? That's how our nerves are going. So confident, so comfortable. That's us. We're just like nerves shredded here. Thank you so much again for listening to You Little Ripper. We really do appreciate it. So please do keep sending in your feedback and make sure you check out our Auslan translation, all of our transcripts, which are available as well. We'll be here once again tomorrow and continuing throughout the Paralympics. Tell absolutely everyone what we are doing and leave positive reviews for us. Any questions that you want us to ask these athletes, let us know. Hashtag YouLittleRipper, hashtag YLR, and tag at ABC Sport or me at Georgie_Tunny or Kurt.
At Kurt Fearnley.
We will be back, and thank you so much for supporting this podcast. And we love to scream,
You Little
Ripper!